conference.
Good evening, good evening. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone on Facebook Live. And good evening, Mr. Roddenberger. How are you, sir?
I am doing outstanding, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, good evening. Good evening. We have everyone join us on Facebook. Good evening, Deion Stevens, Mr. Mark Smith, Rhonda Shondell Dotson, Sherelle Quarterman, Andrew Walker, Stacy's. Hello, Wayne Thompson, Marla Johnson, and Mr. Berger. We're going to start this call in about a minute, so I want to give you another little minute to join us on the stream. I want to welcome everyone to the Freedom Call on Wednesday night. Hey, good evening, Mr. Howard Harvey, my partner down there in the great Raleigh-Durham area. We'll be back on June 15th in Raleigh-Durham to do it again. Good evening, Ms. Diane Pettis, Ricky Swenson. Good evening, Rachel. Ride out to success, baby. Sandra Williams, good evening. Roscoe Taylor, good evening. Rafus Jones, good evening. Sonia Ford Townsend, how you doing up there in Lansing, Michigan? Let me tell you something, folks. I'm going to get started tonight because I want to be brief. Mr. Berg, you got any good news for us this evening? I know you're filling in for Miss Sheila Abram. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just killing a minute or so.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you guys, tonight it's gonna be light. Well, I say that and then I get cranked up. First I want to apologize for myself. I want to apologize for any of the leadership, Mr. Dalco, Mr. Burke, anybody, any of the leadership right now in the last month or so of this incentive we had that's come off aggressive, abrasive. Believe me, folks, give everybody some space here to grow. We're all growing and learning at the same time in this business. We're all going to make mistakes. We all may say some things we regret saying. We all may do some things we regret doing. But as long as we give each other that room to make those mistakes and that room to grow, we're going to be just fine. So I want to apologize on behalf for every and all the lead, not every affiliate in the world of Karatbars has ever offended anybody. I want to apologize for everybody. Okay, I want to say I'm sorry for everyone. However, let me add this. You got to understand that we are flat out turned on. And when you are flat out as excited as we are, when you believe the way we do, when you see the manifestation of your dreams unfolding in front of your face every single day, like those of us who are in pursuit of this dream do, it makes you look crazy. Good evening, Mr. Rodney Roach, Team Union in the house, Joseph Shivers, Mr. Ryan Foster up there in Canada. You try to be calm. Believe me, when I'm talking like this and sound all professional, it's stressing out my heart to do it, man. It's stress on me to try to sound like I'm a serious business person all the time. And, I am dead serious. But I'm giddy. I'm silly. Making money, make you happy, make you smile, make you joyful. Nothing seems to bother you. I mean, when you get to that place where you said money solves all things, I don't know if it can solve everything, but boy, woo, what it does in your life when you're on the other side of money and you're not stressed out about a meal or stressed out about a light bill, stressed out about a car breaking down, stressed out about where you're going to stressed out about putting the kids in private school, in college, where you just living the dream. When you're just living life, just wake up when you feel like waking up. Go to sleep when you feel like going to sleep. Take a nap when you feel like taking a nap. Go on a trip when you feel like going on a trip. Go to movies when you want to go to movies. Go to the doctor when you want to go to the doctor. You just living life as you were born and meant to be. Man, it makes you look crazy. It can. And so that's why I'm always talking to leadership about stay prayed up. Work at staying humble. Okay, because it's a challenge. Make no mistake about it. And try to keep in mind of you one day, a year ago, or 6 months ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, you're where that brand new person is just getting started. And hoping that this business will work for them. Good evening, Ms. Kim Pong. Good evening, Ricky Sells. Good evening, Clarence Hubbard. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Hubbard, my man from down in Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay, you just glad. Hey, Mr. Clears Cox, good evening to you. You just hope. You say hope. You hope it'll work out for you. Okay? And so we get up here and we talk about money. We talk about incomes and people just flat out excited. Hey, Mr. Rob Henson, good evening to you. Okay. Hey, Dr. Terry Lorraine Best, my sister. Good evening to you. See you on Glad to have me call. So I apologize on behalf of anyone, guest, affiliate, who's been offended by anybody in the world of Karatbars. We don't mean to. But we do mean to inspire, and sometimes we do mean to incite, and sometimes we will offend you with the truth. Because the truth we have found out can be very offensive to people. Okay? When you've been led to believe one truth all your life, okay? And then we come in and start to reveal real truth, like your house is not an asset. Well, you know, you've been led to believe your house is your biggest asset all your entire adult life for those who own a home. And then we come and say it is an asset, but it's just not yours. It's an asset of the banks. Okay? You go, uh-oh. Okay? You've been led to believe that your money is safe in the bank. And we say it's not, as long as the government says it's safe, but it's not safe. Okay? And we say you're losing money by having your money in the bank, and the bank is telling you, no, we're going to pay you 0.02% interest, so you're making money. Not if inflation is 3%. Not if inflation is 4%. You talk to every financial guy out there, they tell you the stock market is the best place to put your money in your 401k, and let us manage it and handle it for you. And then we come in and we say, no, it's not. No, it's not the best place to have your money. And wait a minute. And then the evidence is right in their face. We had a crash in 2000. We had a crash in 1988, crash in like 91, 92, crash in 2000, a crash in 2008, and the next crash is imminent. It's been stalled off because of this consistent printing of fake money. Man, we'll challenge everything. And then we come in and have the gall, the unmitigated gall to say, and getting an education will not make you successful. Whoa. Okay, now we are challenging the very core of our entire educational and financial system. Yes, the more education you get will get you a good job, but it will not make you financially independent. It will not make you wealthy. Okay, and then we say, oh, and it was by design. And now we're saying, you're telling me that the school system did not prepare me for success? No, they did prepare you to go to work for somebody else, though. They did prepare you to be an indentured servant or a slave all your life. You were prepared for that, but you were not prepared. You were getting the fundamentals to help prepare you, but you were not even told to think about independence. You were not even told to be an entrepreneur. You're not even told to be your own boss, to have your own job. None of that. You can go through 16, 20 years of school, and it was never said that you should be in business for yourself. I don't believe that's an accident. I believe that's a conspiratory thought process. We educate people to be workers. And then we come along and we challenge that. And we say your degree, well, it might get you a good job, but it will not make you independent. We are led to believe the more education we get, the more education we get, the more money we're going to make. And it's just not true anymore. And it's definitely not true if you come out of college and you're already at $200,000 to $300,000 in debt the day you graduate. I'm talking to people 50 and 55 years old who are just paying off their college debt at 45 and 50. I'm talking about professionals. I'm not talking about, the guy who just got a little liberal arts degree. I'm talking about hardcore professionals, doctors, accountants. The guy's making $150,000 a year. When I read that President Obama paid off his college debt 2 years before walking into the White House, I said, man, that's a wake-up call. Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. So we don't mean to insult you by sharing facts and figures and information. When you tell a person that 95% of the population will be dead or broke at age 65, man, that obliterates the American dream. The first time I heard it, I was 28 years old. Messed me up. I said, they got to be lying to me. I did what they told me. I did what society told me to do. Got a good education. Graduate from college. I did what they told me to do. And you were telling me after this education, if I continue on this path right here, I have a 95% chance of dying broke after 45 years of working? All I did was look around. I said, look around. Look at someone who's been doing what you'll be doing for the next 35 or 40 years and ask yourself, do you want their lifestyle? So I'm way off course today. already. So, but I did want to start. I don't know where that came from. Thank you, God. But I felt a need to express that apology because it's about to get crazier up in here right now because a new incentive is about to be announced tomorrow. We know we're going to be out west. Probably it's going to be announced any minute now out in Vegas for a celebration for Gold Independence Day. Man, now look, we've been excited since the coin was introduced. Can you imagine what we're going to be like on July 4th after that date? I'm going to encourage you all. I'm encouraged with all my heart and soul. Go get Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Go buy a book by Les Giblin called Skills with People. You can get it on Amazon.com, I think, for $4 or $5. Go get that book because you're going to need it. Because that book going to hone your people skills, your ability to relate to other people. And what business are we in? We're not in the gold business. We're not in the cryptocurrency business. We're not in the ATM machine business. We're not in the K merchant business. Those are all products and services that we offer. We're not in the telecommunication business. Those are all products and services we offer. We're in the people business. Your ability to connect, relate with other people is going to determine how much you earn in this industry. Okay? You want a large organization of people, you must learn to relate to people of all stratospheres, all economic levels, all ethnic backgrounds, all religious backgrounds. You must learn how to connect with other people as soon as possible, fast about. You must learn how to become almost an instant friend. Okay? And believe me, the more money you make, the tougher it is to do. Because when you start making this money, when you start shifting your attitude and start making this money, and as your attitude grows, your income grows, and you think differently than most people. I didn't say better, I said differently. And when you start to think differently, the things that other people find engaging, you can't even communicate with them. So you have to work on your people skills so you can almost stay relatable. I mean, look, I can give you countless examples, but I don't want to do it because I don't want to step on anybody's toes tonight. I'm trying not to. But you understand, I can glance at the NBA playoffs, but I don't want to talk about it for 15 minutes. I don't want to talk about Tiger Woods winning the Masters for 30 minutes. I don't want to talk about what happened in bowling. I don't want to talk about fishing. So I've learned to listen when people start talking about those things, just be quiet. Ask them about those things. Ask them about themselves. But I don't care what's happening on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And I don't care what the president said today or said yesterday or might say tomorrow or might do today or do tomorrow. Because I don't know, from Jimmy Carter to both Bushes to Bill Clinton to President Barack Obama to Richard. I don't live through all of them. And not a one of them put a dime in my pocket that I can shake a stick and put a finger on. Not one of them changed the finance in my house. My wife and I make money no matter who was on 6000 Pennsylvania Avenue. Now, that's the fact. Now, I understand they all have different agendas, but the number one agenda in your household is to change the finances in your household. And because of Karatbars, you have the capacity to do that. I'm going to get off that. Let me get on the subject we'll be talking about today, Mr. Berger. I had a subject I want to talk about that. I got this from Pastor Simmons. And man, this subject, I'm going to be finished this in about 10 minutes. Because we talk about Karatbars is the greatest thing I've ever experienced in 35 years in business. This is it. Big Boomer used to say, may rest in peace, say there is nothing else. I remember him saying it when I first got him. He said, there is nothing else. He said that before there was cryptocurrency, before there was K merchant services, before there was a telephone. He said all that before there was premium packets, VIP packets. He said that when there was 1 gram, 2.5 and 5 grams ago, he said there is nothing else. And man, I'm telling you, if he's looking up and looking down at us right now, he was 100%. If he's listening, I want you to know, Big Boomer, you were 100% correct. No, you were 1,000% correct. There is nothing else. I've been here 5 years now. I've been in Karatbars longer than he had been in Karatbars. And he was sitting after 3 years. Well, I'm here to say, Big Boomer, you were 100% correct. After 5 years, there is nothing else. All roads lead to Karatbars. I don't care what anybody say to you. I don't care what they think they're talking about. They don't know. Everybody's out there chasing money. Everybody's chasing money. From the doctor, the lawyer, the person with making a lot of money, the professional athlete, they're all chasing money. And our product is money. But it's real money. Anyway, I got a talk I got from Pastor Simmons. I call it the 6 F's. Karatbars gives you the 6 F's that lead to a happy and fulfilling life. I haven't met a company that can give you all 6 F's. 6 F's. Now, you want to write these down, okay? Because I know Karatbars give you the 6 F's because I live them and I experience them every single day of my life. You talking about a lifestyle of freedom. My son Gabe's statement says, living the dream. I said, Gabe, how you doing? Dad, just living the dream. 19 said, living the dream. Okay? What's the dream? The dream is to be free to do what you like to do every single day of your life. That's the dream. Whatever freedom means to you, that's the dream. So let's talk about the 6 F's that are essential to living a happy, fulfilled life. And Karatbars addresses all 6 F's. Watch this. The first one is what? Freedom. We can call it, that's 2 F's in one. Freedom and fight. Because see, you can't have freedom if your finances messed up. You can't do it. So I say freedom / finances. Freedom / finances. That's what attracts people to Karatbars. They have a financial concern. And the ultimate dream in Karatbars is to get free. Karatbars addresses that in every single way. Now understand something, folks. This is how simple Karatbars really is. If you don't understand cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, the K1 imports, voice over interactive faded phone, whatever the Genius phone is called, if you don't understand any of that, if you'll come in and just do a couple things. Number 1, enroll for free. Number 2, set up a savings plan. Get your gold savings plan set up, put it on auto save, and every month you save you some gold. I don't care if it's 1 gram or 5 grams or 10 grams, but every single month you save all the gold you can. Number 3, you already said, let's throw the sound out of the way. That's automatic. Number 1 is save gold. Number 2, get all the cryptocurrency you can. And then every chance you get, you inform, you share this information, the real money info with somebody. That's it. Good evening, Mr. Kevin Thompson. Good evening, Mr. Linda Evans. Good evening, Mr. Jackie Hayes. Good evening to all the folks who join us on the live stream. I mean, that's it. If you don't do anything else, that's why I can say to people, I guarantee you, you're getting Karatbars, you're going to make money. I can't guarantee how much and how fast, but you're going to make money. Why? Because if you don't do anything but save gold, you make money. When I started Karatbars 2013, gold was around $1,100 a gram.
You mean when we started Karatbars?
When we, Valerie's listening. When we, I say I because I sponsor her. No, I'm serious. No, when we started Karatbars in 2013, gold was around $1,100 an ounce. Now it's around $1,300, $1,350. So if I did nothing but save gold over the last 5 years, I would have made money. Did you have anything you want to add, Valerie?
Oh, yes. Can you hear me? Am I talking loud enough?
I think we can hear you just fine. If those on Facebook, if you can hear just fine, type in a yes, let me know. Yes, you can.
Okay. Oh, yeah. This is a lifestyle thing. We've done this for over 30-something years. I can't remember. Tyler has exact figures. But, and we made money at everything we did. How much depended on the degree of the difficulty of the program. But when we saw Karatbars, it was like, wait a minute, now they got something here. Because as long as we've been networking and building the businesses to make money, nobody ever told us about gold is money. We first heard that, we were like, oh my goodness. So it's very exciting to have this. And yes, I quote my son, my younger son, Gabriel, living the dream. And, they're out living the dream right now. I don't know what they're doing right now. They're hanging out together. But here's the great part. Yesterday or the day before, okay, in the middle of the afternoon, my husband did a real daddy thing, and he took Gabriel to the movies. Okay, some new movie out there, and I said, well, how many people were in the movie theater? I think this is what day is today? Wednesday. So it was either Monday or Tuesday, and he said there were 5 people in the movie theater. Okay, right. we could laugh about it and want, talk about it and want, talk at the screen, and I said, well, now that is true freedom. That you didn't have to wait until the weekend or to the matinee for $5 or whatever, or wait till the kids go home and go there, cry with everybody, and you don't have any space in between you. You can just sit on your chair with your legs up. And this one movie theater we go to, they actually have reclining chairs, which is completely insane, because, but it's fun. I haven't been there for a little bit, but you can just put your legs up and recline in your chair and watch the movie. Now, that is true freedom. That's all I got to say at the moment.
Hey, thank you very much, Ms. Valerie Best. And so, again, folks, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Number one, freedom/finances. Caraboss provide that. We have people in the world of Caraboss now making anywhere from $50 a month to $100,000 a month in income. Okay, we're not on trial. We know it provides that. So if you're sick and tired of living from paycheck to paycheck, if you're sick and tired of being broke, if you listen to this call for the first time, okay, I saw a good friend of mine, Mr. Johnny Beverly, put it on the screen. I don't know if he's still listening or not, but I saw him scroll up a minute ago. Good evening, Mr. Johnny Beverly. And I owe that guy a lot because he launched my basketball career in high school. I'll tell you that story some other time. I'm going to try to keep moving forward. But Johnny Beverly, welcome to the call. And he's a good friend of mine. We grew up together, and he told the coach to put me on the basketball team. The coach had some reservations, and he just kept pounding the coach. And finally the coach saw me one day and it said, and make a long story short, put me on the team. I owe that all to Johnny Beverly. It changed the entire course of my entire life. Okay? Entire life. I mean, that was a life-changing event, life-changing moment. Okay? Because I don't know where I would have been if I hadn't made that basketball team, and it took me in a whole different direction in life. Okay, number one is financial freedom. We just talked about that. Number two is family. Number two is family. Okay, in all the businesses I've ever done, I've never seen a business that has reconnected family as much as Caraboss. I've done a lot of network marketing things. I've owned 3 companies. But I've never had a business that have reconnected. Just as I'm saying that, I'm looking at Roz Range up there. I mean, her and her mother are gold directors in the program. Think about that for a minute. That's just one example of what I'm talking about. I got more mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and cousins, uncles in this thing across the world. Okay? I got more people. I just sponsored my daughter, sponsored my grandkids, sponsored my parents in this thing than anything I've ever done in my entire life. This business reunites family in such a way that I've never seen anything like it. But it also reunites community and creates a sense of family. I mean, when we get together at Let's Go Weekend twice a year, you think it was a family reunion. You think we're all blood related somehow. Now, you know that's not true because you have every ethnicity in the room. Black, white, tall, good looking, not so good looking, short, thin, skinny, all kinds of ethnicities, all kinds of religious background, all in one room, all function harmonious atmosphere, unlike anything you may have ever seen in your life. You have to experience it to believe it.
I think the thing that to remember is that what it does is it gives people a sense of hope. Like I said before, we made money and did stuff, but nobody ever told us that gold is money and that, you know, what money to do. Gold is money. And what are you building the businesses for in the past? To make money. But I think what's important is it gives people a sense of hope and something positive to talk about. Because I was talking to, when we were at the last, when we were in Raleigh, I think, or Goldsboro, I can't remember which one we're at. We were having dinner, and I was sitting there talking with Bishop Sutton, and he was saying that it gives him, you know, he says it's pulled his family together even more than they could possibly have been. And they're a tight together family, okay? But he says because it gives you something to talk about. Besides, you know, come on, if you're watching the craziness of the news, okay, I get enough news to find out what's going on a day-to-day basis. You know, when I turn my computer on, it's right there on AOL. And I can just, okay, that, okay, great. I don't have to immerse myself into 20 and 30 minutes in these shows that they're doing all these people talking the crazy stuff, because that takes away your sense of hope. It might make some of us feel that, well, at least I'm not as crazy as that person on, you know, Court TV or whatever, but it still is putting this negative in your mind. Like Ty said, it doesn't matter who's up there on Pennsylvania Avenue. We went through, I think, what did you say, 7 presidents or 8?
A bunch.
Because I don't think before Nixon, I don't think I was able to vote then. You know, no, we couldn't. I think voting was at 21 at one point, and then they lowered the ages. But anyway, okay, because you're responsible for the economy in your house. You. When I say you, I don't mean you, the man. Okay, I mean you, whomever has the dream. Okay, I've had a couple guys. I'm almost sorry.
Take your time.
Huh?
Take your time.
Okay, I'm sorry. My girlfriend or wife or my husband, they just don't like your husband, okay, or they just like you. Yeah, I've known Tyrone since I was 18 years old. We've been married for how many years? I forgot.
40 years.
40 years. Thank you. tapes. Tapes and books. We got people that I don't need no tapes. I don't need no, excuse me, the CDs. I say tapes because I'm still old school. Think of cassette tapes. I don't need no CDs and I don't need no books because I got to my 10, 20, 30, or 40, or 50 grade without them. Yes, that is going to happen for some people. I don't know how because it never happened for Tyrone and Valerie. We always had to read and grow and apply ourselves and get better and better. But more importantly, okay, if you manage to get the income that you want, be it 5, 10, 15, 20 grand a month, whatever or more, okay, you've got to read to stay humble so you don't say crazy things to people, okay? A lot of times I'll travel with Tyrone as much as I can because I am, getting better, okay? And I know I thank you for all the people that care about helping me get better, okay? I am under excellent physician's care. They've helped me get better. They've given me diet programs that help me drop 170 pounds, okay? So I know that some people go, but you could do this, that, okay? Don't need that help. What we need you to do is focus on the economy in your house and making your life and your family better. Okay? It seems like it's fun to stand in front of a room and talk and teach. Okay? For me, it's a responsibility. So I want to be as well read and brushed up on information as I possibly can. I never want to get in front of a room and think that, oh, I just know everything. I know what I know, but I also know what I don't know. And what I don't know, I go and do the research and find out to the best of my abilities. And that's why, like when I talk to my physician, the doctor taking care of me now, I asked we were talking, and I asked him, Doctor, why is this and why that? And he explained it to me. I went, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And there's got to be kind of a trust there. But what I'm saying is that the reason why you read the books is so as you get bigger and bigger and make more and more money, you have a good day where you just want to dance and just have a good time because you made 10 times more than you thought you could have made. Okay? And it can give you what I call a case of the big head. When you get a big head and you say crazy stuff, and that's okay. Sometimes we all do say crazy stuff. I said something crazy back in the 80s to somebody, okay, and I think they're still mad at me. Even though I apologize and it just came out because when they say you got those 2 ears in 1 mouth, it came blurting out. Okay, and I went, oh, shouldn't have said that. I apologize, but some people just don't forgive. Please, forgive people when they say crazy, stupid stuff, especially if they apologize to you. But anyway, this is so fantastic. And the other thing I have to do is, when we talk about reading, we're not just talking about reading my husband's book, even though it's an excellent read. Okay, Mr. Sykes' book, you've got to read, Dr. Harold Sykes' book. Okay, I can't put it down. I wake up and go, where is it? Because I fall asleep reading. Okay, not because it's absolutely fascinating story about who he is and why he does what he does, because he doesn't have to. He could just be sitting on the Riviera doing whatever, chilling. But he wants to make, I forgot what the number was. What was the number, Tyrone? So many millionaires. Help. He can't do it for you, but you need help. So look, get your own dream. Okay, if your spouse or your significant other isn't dreaming with you, then you dream for them. Okay? There were times when I couldn't do anything at all in the last 5 years. Okay? Ty did it for me. It wasn't about dreaming. It was like, I can't do this, can't go here. I literally couldn't go. Okay? But he was there representing. So you got to remember, it's a team effort. Try to think about that. That's all I have to say on that subject for the moment.
Man, I was enjoying it. Okay? I keep saying they haven't heard you let loose, so evidently you feeling it tonight, so go ahead and do your thing. But look, folks, so...
I had your mama called it a country nap.
Okay, all right, okay, here we go. So, you gave me a flashback. You talked about that one time, and you did say something to that we can remember. I'm sure we've done other times where we have said things that. But Valerie told the guy one day. The guy was complaining about his wife, and Valerie looked at him and said, "You need to man up." Well, we ain't talked to that guy about 30 years. so that was a long time ago. She said,
"You're such a tattletale. You're a tattletale. Because if I wanted to tell them that, I would have told them. You're a tattletale.
Val, the guy straight in the face. You need to man up. I said, oh, Lord. I said, she just blew up my distributor. But anyway, look, finance number one, finance is free. Number two is family. This business brings family together like nothing I've ever seen, and also creates new family. And number three is friends. You also find yourself creating new friends. Okay, and you creating friends all over the world. I mean, your business expands beyond your zip code, and all of a sudden you have friends all over this planet, and then you find yourself reconnecting with old friends, especially because of Facebook. You find yourself reaching out to people. Oh, also we find some people connecting, reconnecting, getting married, all kinds of things go on. Karatbars provided that type of atmosphere. Wealth Builders Worldwide provide that kind of atmosphere. Karatbars provide the opportunity to create this kind of atmosphere. So the 6 F's, you got finances, you got family, you got friends. One thing, fitness. Pastor Seminar was talking, said fitness. I said, we left leaving the F. He said, fitness. You said, well, what is Karatbars and what does Go got to do with fitness? Let me tell you something. They said over 75-80% of all illnesses people are suffering with is a direct result of stress. Of stress. Hey, good evening, Cal X Brown, Monet, Donnell Matthews. Good evening. It's stress. When you get your finances in order, you're on the other side of money, you talking about such a reduction of stress. They said most heart attacks take place on Monday morning. Why? People stressed out about going to work. When you free, you eliminate that threat in your life. For the most part. Stress. Ducking bill collectors, ducking the phone bill, paying high stress. Worrying what happens when you get older. I mean, that's stressful. Can you imagine you don't work 35 years and you got maybe $10,000 saved for your retirement and you know it's not enough? And then you're sitting down there looking, saying, how am I going to live on Social Security? And you know you can't do that. And then if you're sitting there saying, I hope my kids can take care of me. And you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, they can barely take care of themselves. Stress. Eliminate stress. It improves your health. You eat better. Dr. Steigerwald, may rest in peace, talk about all of this. Man, all of a sudden you making money. You can eat organic foods. You can eat natural foods. You can eat fruits. You can eat raw foods. Okay, you juice more. You got more time to exercise. You got more time to read, to sit back, to think, relax, to meditate, to pray, to do whatever it is to brings harmony and eliminate stress in your life. You can do this. So Karatbars delivers that. And then number 5, fun. I mean, I hate to tell you guys, Karatbars is the most fun I've had in business, in networking in 35 years. I mean, this is fun. Okay? I get very few, if ever, complaint about anything. 50% of the headaches and most networking concerns are people complaining about the product. The juice tastes funny. I didn't lose weight. The makeup wasn't right. Some product thing was wrong. Okay? We don't have any product complaints at all. In my 5 years, not one person ever called me and said, Tyrone, the gold wasn't right. I had my gold shipped from Karatbars, and the gold looked funny. The gold turned green. Nothing. We don't have a product issue at all. So all we do is fun. We relate to people, connect with people. And I'm telling you, I think Let's Go Weekend. Now, see, that's my idea of fun. I love being around people. Okay? They say if you find the thing you love to do, you'll never have to work again. Folks, I haven't worked in probably 25, 30 years. You know why? Because I love what I do. Okay? Valerie tells she has to pull me off the phone to make lunch, pull me off the phone to make breakfast, pull me off the phone to make dinner, pull me off the phone to go out to eat, pull me off the phone to take my son to the movies. They have to pull, because this is what I love to do. I could sit on this phone right now and chat with you guys all night to 5 o'clock. Wait a minute. And not just talk. I love to listen to people talk. I'm telling you, I spent the other day, I watched every single live stream the Team Union did in Charlotte. Now, wait a minute. I'm doing a meeting in Goldsboro and in Raleigh. Okay? By Monday, I had watched every single stream that somebody took in Charlotte of Team Union. Because I love to hear people talk. That's how I learned how I get my talk from. I called Dominique Carey. I said, man, I said, man, that was an incredible talk. Amateurs versus professionals. I said, now, you know I'm going to steal some of your stuff. I'm going to steal your stuff. It's going to be mine. I hope you do know. Because see, you tell me someone's stealing it from this talk right here I got from Pastor Simmons. Fitness. So it's fitness. Number 5 was fun. And the last one I'm going to spend 2 minutes on. I'm going to be done. Because I don't know what time it is. You know what time it is, Valerie? Mr. Berger, anybody?
10:36.
10:36?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, we did. We're not too bad. Not too bad. The last one is faith. So we covered Karatbars delivers what? Finances. Just address your finances. It addresses family reconnection. I have families who haven't talked to each other in years. They start talking to each other again. Friends, fitness. Families got things to talk about. It helps eliminate stress from your life. It creates fun. It's fun going out doing. My wife and I had more dates. Well, we probably doing meetings or events, but we call them dates. Because she always got okay, what restaurant is near that place we're going to do the meeting? And she want to hop in the car and do a meeting, but we're going to eat afterwards, we're going to eat before. I mean, last weekend we had a ball. She and I hopped in the car, man. We strolled down there, man, and we met the folks in Goldsboro. Then we strolled over to Applebee's and met Demi Sanders and Frank Muhammad, and we had dinner with them at Applebee's, and then we rolled on over to Raleigh. We like we dated like we in high school or something, and we having a ball. We dated in the car. We strolled on over there, man, to Raleigh and checked on in the hotel. The next day we had a meeting there. Then we went out with a group of folks there from Earl Dixon and Howard Harvey and Bishop Sutton and Linda Spence Johnson. And his grandson, Abel Lee was there with us too. His grandson. We had third generation sitting there. Abel Lee sat there with us. He attended the whole meeting, sat there and had dinner with us as well. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Who else? Somebody else has dinner with, man. Dan Andrews from Greensboro, North Carolina was sitting there with us as dinner as well. I said Linda Johnson Spence was there. Howard Harvey, myself, Valerie. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I don't know. It was a bunch of us, man. We had dinner. We had a ball. But watch this. That's still us. No, not for dinner. Not for dinner. Oh, okay. But then I watched the video, and there was Team Union. They was out on the waterfront somewhere having dinner somewhere, man. This thing is fun. Okay, and then the last one is faith. I'm going to tell you something. This requires the faith of a mustard seed. You've heard this statement many times. You don't have to be great to get started, but you must get started in order to become great. The challenge so many of us have in building a business is we must figure out a way. How do we maintain faith when the odds are stacked against us? How do we maintain faith when we've been working at the business for 3 months or 5 months or 6 months or 2 years and we haven't got the fruits, at least the fruits we think we deserve in our mind? How do you keep that faith up? And the only thing I can say is this business will bring you to your knees. You cannot be a praying man, but when you start building this business, it can bring you to your knees for joy. It can bring you to your knees for prayer. It can bring you to your knees for salvation. I don't care. It can bring you to your knees so you realize in order to get this magnificent dream, okay, it takes a power greater than self. In order to have your dreams, it takes a power greater than self, and you start to reach out for something greater than self, and it will bring you to your knees. Okay? That's just the flat out truth. Okay? But in that power, in that source, you start to learn to walk in faith. And the more you walk in faith and the more you believe that it's going to happen to you, it's that all things are possible to him who believes. All things are possible. Not some things, all things. And you start to believe in freedom. You keep going. You start going. You start seeing the manifestation of it. And no matter what happens, you keep going. I believe that I could be free. Valerie got free in 4 years, but it took me another 8 years of 5 and 6 nights a week, 5 and 6 nights. And the only thing that kept me going was that hope and that dream. I feed that dream every day. I look at my dreams on the wall. I look at my kid. I say, I promise again, I'm gonna get these dreams. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna quit. He's never gonna have to work for anybody a day in his life. I'm gonna figure this thing out. If one other man can do it, I can do it. Now that was my attitude. I kept that faith. And my faith grew. And now I've learned to walk in faith. I tell you, the ultimate walk of faith is quit your job. Now, don't go quit your job tomorrow. But the ultimate walk in faith is to stop worrying about how you're going to eat and stop being dependent upon some system or the government or some family to feed you. If you're supposed to be the greatest creation on this planet, why are you worrying about how you're going to survive? I've never seen a bear out there saying, I wonder what I'm going to eat today. They figured out. I've never seen a bird on a fence, 2 birds in a huddle having a conference of how we're going to feed ourselves, where we're going to get shelter tonight. They figured out. Okay? I'm going to get off that. But I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay? I read something yesterday that blew my mind. It messed me up so bad. Now, I already believed it, but it was confirmation. It says this. You have your brain. You have a logical brain. Okay? He said it's necessary to have logic, to put things together logically, make 2 + 2 = 4. You have a logical brain. He said the challenge with the logical brain is that when you rely completely on the logic, the science, the math, this is the problem. It doesn't allow miracles to take place in your life. See, exponential growth is a miracle that takes place in your life because it has very little to do with what you do, but it has everything to do with what you start. But in order to start, you must let go of the logic. You said, wait a minute, how am I ever going to get 10,000 people on my team? It's just me and my wife. Your logic brain says that's not possible. But the scripture said if one can put 1,000 in flight, two can put 10,000. But your logical brain says that's not possible. You don't know anybody. You've never done this before. You don't have any sales skills. You're not Mike Delco. You're not Kevin Thompson. You're not Rodney Roach. You're not Sheila Abram. You're not Sherry Brown. You're not Willie Brown. You don't have their skill set. You can't do what they do. You're not Matthew Taylor. You're not Wesley. That's what your logical brain will tell you over and over again. And you got to dismiss the logic. And you got to pray for the miracle because miracles are on the other side of logic. When Mr. Harold Sykes started this company almost 10 years ago, had this dream for this company, everybody would have told it's not logical. Nobody's going to acquire gold 1 gram at a time. You can't build a multi-billion-dollar company doing that. That's not logical. But logic will keep you your current circumstances. Logic will do that. You must suspend the logic and start to think illogical outside that box because miracles are on the other side of logic, folks. I read that, man. It fired me up so much yesterday morning. I said, but I've always known that. I've said logic would not help you. Got to use some logic now. Got to use some common sense. Got to have some strategy. But when you say this little boy, Mike Delco from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, 50 years ago, going to become a multi-millionaire, if not billionaire, that defies logic. When you say this guy, Harold Sykes, born on the other side of the tracks, raised by a single mom, a single grandma, alcoholic mama, and an alcoholic grandparent, is going to build one of the biggest companies the world has ever seen, that defies logic. He doesn't have the background, doesn't have the pedigree, and didn't have the education. It defies logic. Logic said, no, you can't do that. But he defied logic. When you tell somebody they can't be free, okay, when I was told I was never be, my secretary told me I was never going to leave that job. My secretary told me I was, because it made sense. I had $100,000 a year job. How's little network marketing vitamin business ever going to replace my income? Logically, it made all the sense in the world. I mean, they gave me cars, bought my TV, did everything. Okay, it was not even logical for me to think such a thought. But I suspended that logic, and I believed in the power of my dreams. I believed the miracle is possible. And now here we are in Karatbars. You are a millionaire already. If you're sitting on 10,000, 50,000 plus coins, you are a millionaire already. You don't even know it. You haven't even internalized that yet. But if you do the math, if you fast forward 48 months from now, let's say 60 months into the year 2023, where Mr. Harold Sykes says that every single coin will be worth 1 gram of gold. And right now, a gram of gold is $40. That's good. Let's say the gold never goes up. I just told you $1,100 an ounce when I got started. Now it's over $1,300. Come on, let's get real. But let's just say if it stays at $40 a gram, okay? And you're sitting there with 50,000 coin. 4 years from now, you'll be sitting on $2 million worth of gold. If you got just 50,000 coin, and I know there are thousands of people out here in the world of Karatbars right now that got 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, if not a million. Okay? You are a millionaire right now. You got to start internalizing that. And yes, it's a miracle to take $175 or $200. Think about where we are right now. You can buy a profit package. You can acquire a profit package for $175 US. It's going to give you over 1,000 coin. Okay? That coin right there, 4 years from now, will be worth 1 gram of gold. If that gold is $4 a gram, that's $40,000. You just turned $175 into $40,000 in 4 years. That defies logic. That's not even logical. But that's the miracle you have in your hands. For those who have more than that, for those who got the 4K, and by the way, the new incentive is going to come out sometime in the next few hours. I'm just telling you, get ready. I need a break. I need to rest from the last 7 days. I'm ready to go. I had my rest now, Mr. Harold Sykes. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to launch this incentive. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Miss Valerie Best, you want to add anything else before we open the queue?
No.
Don't know we're on a freedom call tonight. He fired up. Hey, to the Stacys, to the Pullman, to Mr. Kevin Thompson. Thank you for joining us on the call. Team Freedom up there, man. I mean, look, folks, we got so many teams that are just rolling right now. Okay, just rolling. So, Mr. Rodney, could you open up the queue and maybe I can take a question or two from somebody before 11 o'clock? And don't forget, folks, we have the launch party tonight with the fabulous, outstanding, the diva from the desert herself, Miss Tanisha Glaspie. Okay, at 11 o'clock. As soon as we get off this freedom call, folks. And I'm telling you, I'm fired up. I'm going to be there. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to be there. Okay? Mr. Tanisha Glaspie got this. And, man, if you're not promoting, getting people to the launch party, I'm not going to teach you more. We said enough tonight, folks. The six F's: finances, family, friends, fitness, fun, and faith. Karatbars addresses all those things without even trying to. Karatbars don't have a faith agenda. Karatbars don't have a fun agenda. Karatbars don't have a fitness agenda, a friends agenda, a family agenda, but it has a freedom agenda. But all those things are wrapped up in your pursuit of freedom. God bless. First person in queue, you are live. First person in queue, you are live. You may be muted. Hello, hello, hello. Next person in queue. Hello.
Yeah, let's change this. There you go. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Best. This is Sharon.
Good evening, Sharon and Ronald.
It is so wonderful to hear you tonight and to hear Miss Best. Yes.
Yes. Hey, thank you. Hey, thank you very much. And look, I'm always glad when she comes out. Yes.
Greetings, Mr. Best. You will fix me the best that you do. I thank you for being so genuine. Your wife, too. Every day I get off work, I say I love my Karatbars family business fun. I'm galloping to keep this beautiful, unique business on fire like you are. Have a golden, bigger, rock-producing evening and freedom. That's all I say to you. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, thank you. Next call in queue. You're live.
Peace and blessings, big brother. Assalamu alaikum. This is Brother Khalito Muhammad from Strong Island. Listen, you got me on top of the world once again, brother. So I gotta take a pill to calm down. Listen, it was just great hearing you. You're very, very inspirational. And I just want to say, get your goal up. I got that faith. Back to you. I'm out.
All right. Wa alaikum salam, my brother. Next call in queue. You're live.
Hi there, Mr. Best. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I just want to thank you for your knowledge and your inspiration, because every trip that I have taken, whether it's been, well, basically it's been by myself, because, my team, they couldn't make it or they came up with excuses. But, Think and Grow Rich is a book that really helped me out a lot, because it's helping me to redefine my thinking, so I can be very, very successful. Because you've got to get rid of the junk. Like you said, I believe it was the other night, you said that we have been trained from kids to go to school, get a good education, get a good job. Okay? And telling you, your family are telling you, no, you can't do this. No, your dreams are too big. You can't accomplish that. And you've had so much of that embedded in you that now coming into your company, as well as Mr. Berger, because I met him in New York, because I'm from New York, and just hearing the knowledge that you guys give out, it makes a person have so much hope, and it shows you a way on how to renew your thinking, and to renew your thinking so you can think positive and ignore the noise. And I think that is the toughest task, which will be defeated, but it's a tough task when you have so much stuff that's inside of you that's been told to you over and over and over, even at this tender age. When you're around people who don't have no desire, they don't have a dream. And that's the thing that we run into when we're trying to introduce opportunity to others to better their lives. So, I just look at this and I just say thank you. I've met you quite a few times. We've taken pictures, and your life is beautiful. And I'm just keep doing what you're doing for us, man. Just keep lifting us up. Just keep telling us like it is, and don't hold no punches, because you are straight. You shoot. How can I say it? I say you're a straight shooter. You don't beat around the bush. You come at it and say, hey, this is what it is. This is what you need to do, and this is how you're going to get there. So let's go ahead and get it done. No excuses. And the most important thing is, quit is never win, and win is never quit. So with that being said, thank you, sir. I appreciate you so much.
Hey, well, thank you very much, and thank you for that message. And you said it best, man. But the reason you think I talk about reading books. That's why, no matter how the subject goes, my wife ends up on read. And because but we all know this. We've heard what? We change by the renewing of our mind. How do you renew your mind? If whatever you got in there got to come out, how does it come out? By putting new stuff in. When you pour new stuff in, it's got to make room for the new stuff. The old stuff got to come out. This is why, to me, I'm telling you, I wrote this because I wrote it big print, because it's simple to read. You can read it. If you're a slow reader, you can read it in 2 hours. If you're a fast reader, you can read it in an hour. It's done. And you can read it again. You can read it again. You can keep just pouring this stuff into your mind, because what does it say right there? A dreamer's guide to survival in a jungle of non-dreamers. That's why I wrote this book. It's a guide to say, when you out there and all of a sudden, man, everybody seems like everybody's against you. Nobody believes in you. And you're saying, this thing makes common sense. What is it they don't see? It's not they don't see it. They've been conditioned not to see it. They've been conditioned to be blind. And they said when preparedness and opportunity meets, success is a byproduct. What's the first part? They got to be mentally prepared. Okay? Some people won't be mentally prepared until the house is on fire, till the boss just fired them. And they're not really mentally prepared to do the business. They just mentally prepared to be open to the idea. Next call in queue, man. You crank me up, brother. Because I mean it from my heart. I know anybody can do this business. The biggest challenge we have is getting them to believe they can do it. Good evening. Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Best. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Who's speaking?
This is Damon Jones from Indianapolis, one of Willie Brown and Sherry Brown's I'm one of their proteges. They sponsored me here from Indianapolis. I just got back on the call tonight.
Okay.
With a friend. I was at work. I was at a friend. We was listening to the call, and I wanted you guys to kind of explain this to him for me, but we got an emergency call, and he had to leave my presence right when you said that you was going to let me ask my question. So
that's okay, because we, in this Freedom Call, we don't really explain the business so much but you have a full presentation of the business and the business opportunity, the potential of the business tomorrow night at 9 o'clock at goldrocks.info. And then, of course, at 11 o'clock tonight, as soon as we get finished here, Miss Tanisha Glaspie is walking through how to get started properly. We explain the business a little bit there as well. But if you want to get them to see a full presentation how the business works, tomorrow night at 9 o'clock at goldrocks.info. Okay?
All right, thanks.
And he'll get it. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in. Next call in queue. You're live.
Shalom, this is Betty Adams calling. How are you, Mr. Best?
Shalom. Good evening, Miss Betty Adams. Doing wonderful. How are you?
Awesome. I am blessed. You always say that we are millionaires by choice, but for me, I don't have a choice, and I'll tell you why. I spent a couple hours today on the computer, and then about half of the day I was in the kitchen cooking and doing all sorts of preparing food for tomorrow and putting stuff in the freezer, and it took so much time. I have someone who comes in and clean my house now, and I know that I will need somebody to clean my home, to cook my food, to plant my garden, and so I don't have a choice but to be very wealthy. Thank you so much. Have a blessed and golden evening. Shalom.
Hey, thank you, Miss Adams. See, that's hardcore talk. See, I don't like. See, some folks think they got a choice. You're 1% correct. So I don't think you have a choice. Okay, you can decide to succeed. You're making a choice. If you don't decide to succeed financially, you still made a choice. You just didn't necessarily make the best one in your best interest. So you're correct. And by the way, I had a nice chat with your new business partner yesterday. I won't call his name because I don't want to call him out on this call. And man, we talked for about 45 minutes. Okay, and Miss Beth Adams, and man, we had a ball. I mean, we talked because we talked. Number one, we talked back a little bit of everything yesterday. Man, we had a ball, and he's ready to go, and he's had the experience, and he's been to the rodeo a bunch of times, and he's ready to go again. And so we're gonna get back together, and he's ready to launch. He's ready to launch, and he's ready to go. So congrats to that. We had a nice chat. So we're going to talk again. But anyway, God bless. Thank you, Beth Adams. Next call in queue. You're live.
Hello, Mr. Best. This is Pastor Simmons.
Hey, good evening, Pastor Simmons. How you doing, sir? The author, the originator of the 6 F's.
Well, you know what? When you was talking, there was another F that just came to mind. How about this? Cherry bars also offers favor.
Favor.
I want to tell you that I have been favored by your presence, by Miss Valerie Bett's presence, Mr. Michael and Manisha Delco, by my good friends, everybody in Cherry Bars for the favor. And that's something about gold does. Gold provides favor for you. So I want to thank you personally, Dr. Patrice, Alicia Gordon, and everybody at Cherry Bars family has offered favor. And that's what I'm so grateful for.
Hey, Pastor Simmons, I think Robert Kiyosaki touched on, he don't call it favor, but when he talked about this spiritual guru he met years ago who was draped in gold and talked about gold attracts wealth, gold is an attractor of wealth, that's favor. That's favor. He said, and so he goes in that, I'm not going to do that because Miss Tanisha Glaspie shows that on the launch party. So next call in queue. I know it's about 11 o'clock, so we're going to take 1, 2 more. Last 2 calls in queue. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Best. This is Sonia Anthony Townsend in Lansing, Michigan. Thank you so much, sir, for all that you do, all the wisdom that you share with us, just everything. You teach us so much. You teach us what really being free is about. It's not just the finances, but true freedom is time freedom and financial freedom. And all the things that you listed, we truly have in Cherry Bars International and Wealth Builders Worldwide as a family. I thank you for being the head of our family, sir, and you just have a blessed evening.
Hey, thank you, Ms. Townsend. Appreciate that message. Thank you very much. Let's say what time is it? 11 o'clock, Mr. Berger? 10:59. Let's get one more person in queue. And then
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sass. Here you go.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Bass, Mr. Perkins, Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you for the call tonight. Actually, this has been so much of what we do in Cherry Bars to me is spiritual, but I love the fact that it provides hope for millions of people. Have a great night. Thank you for what you do.
And thank you, Mr. Perkins. And I know you was making so much money last week. I think I'm gonna come down there and have you buy me dinner.
Come on.
I tell you, man. And I know he had a great meeting in Jackson, man. There's so many things going on, folks. So, Mr. Berger, I want to say I appreciate you very, very much. Miss Valerie Best, I just talked about you and how you talk about reading more than anybody I know, and every chance you get to get the microphone in your hand, you talk about reading. Because we know that it's possible to change when we read. And in order for us to grow, to be the company we want to have, to be the organization we want to create, to change the world we want to change the world into, we must become leaders and become effective leaders. We must become avid readers. And so, Ms. Best, did you have any last words you wanted to say this evening?
No, this was a great call. Reading is fundamental. And can you go to the back office, you can buy Dr. Harold Sykes' book, and there's actually units on it, so you make money. He's basically paying you to read, okay? And when you read, you change the way you think about things. You watch people more. You know what to say when people say crazy things to you. So it's good. This was a great call. I am so glad I stayed awake for it.
Ow. Thank you, Ms.
Gabriel, you got
Ow.
Okay. Gabriel just said ow too. I don't need to hear him, but he's back in the way in the other side of the room. Anyway, ow and good night. And get on the call with Miss Tanisha Glaspie.
Good night. And team, I want to leave you one last thought. Thoughts. I heard this a long time ago. This is life-changing. Some of you already know this, but you might want to write this down. Thoughts create actions. Actions create habits. And habits create character. Thoughts create action. So what is the first sign of it? What creates thoughts? What we see, what we hear, and what we read. Those things dictate our actions. And our daily actions eventually, the actions that we do eventually become habits. And the habits that we'll create our character, which in turn creates our destiny. And what is our character? Character is described as the ability to stick to a decision long after the mood in which that decision was made is gone. That's one definition of character. Can you stick to a decision? Have you decided to become a goal-directed elite? Have you decided to be free? Have you decided and made a commitment to liberate and help as many people become free as you possibly can? Well, that's a decision. Sticking to the decision is tantamount to your character. Or you're going to help people get this done. I'm sold out to helping you get free. You have no idea. Okay? And that's why tomorrow night I'll be in Elizabeth City. Saturday I'll be right here in Sunday I'll be in Newport News at Lucky Nails doing a meeting for Miss Kim and Pong and Ricky Swenson. Okay? And Thursday I'll be in Richmond, Virginia. The following Tuesday I'll be back in Richmond, Virginia. On Sunday, June 2nd, I'll be right at Hampton and Spring Hill Suites right here in Hampton, Virginia. Following that week, I'm headed to Houston, Texas. Following that, I'm going to Pennsylvania. Following that, I'm going to Las Vegas. Folks, I'm after the dream. And the dream is to help as many people as possible get free and instill this dream of freedom in as many people as I possibly can. So we have people, free people running all over this planet saying freedom is possible. Mr. Berger, I thank you very much for helping us this evening, for being on this call. I thank you for all you do, man. I don't know what else to say. Okay, one day I'll buy you a Bentley, I promise. I got it on record one day. Okay? I'm telling you, because things are just incredible what's going on, folks. God bless everybody. Thank you very much. Dream big. Don't let anybody steal your dream. Oh, and get yourself a couple dozen copies of Manifest, Dream Chaser Manifesto. Get it for your family. Get it for your kids. Get it for everybody you know. Not just for you. Think big. And by the way, when you go to Amazon.com and get the book, How to Have Power and Confidence in Dealing with People at Less Skilled, don't buy one. Buy 5 or 10. Get it out to your team. Make this stuff available. We got to grow as people first. And then we're going to grow this company. And we are making history. God bless. Everybody see your dream. Ahoo! Thank you, Mr. Berger.
Good evening.